1. Describe the place where you live. What does it look like? And what kind of household chores do you usually do? Tell me about your home and responsibilities at home. 2. How has the place where you live changed or developed over the years? What was it like 5 to 10 years ago? Tell me about the differences between the old house and the current house. 3. Probably, you and your family have different responsibilities at home. Tell me about the chores each family member is responsible for. 4. Some new people have moved in next to your house and you came across them on the street. Greet them and ask 3 or 4 questions so that you learn about them. 5. Your cell phone suddenly rings while you talking with your neighbors. It might be an urgent call. Explain the situation to your new neighbors and give some suggestions to continue the conversation after you hang up the phone. 6. I'm sorry, but there is a problem that you need to resolve. You found a problem with the furniture you purchased. The furniture arrived just before was not what you ordered. Call the store, explain this problem and give 2 or 3 alternatives to solve the problem. 7. Have you ever had any problems with your furniture? Was it broken, or did it get stained or ripped? What happened? How did you solve this problem? Tell me everything from beginning to end. 8. You indicated in the survey that you like to go to concerts. What is your favorite type of concert? How often, and with whom do you usually go? And what do you like the most about going to concerts? 9. You indicated in the survey that you like to go to a concert. What kind of concert do you like the most? Why do you like that concert? Please tell me about it in detail. 10. I'd like to give you a situation and ask you to act it out. Now you want to buy 2 tickets to a concert. Call a theater and ask 3 or 4 questions about how to purchase the tickets. 11. I'm sorry, but there is a problem that you need to resolve. You bought the concert tickets and were supposed to go to that concert with your friend. But the concert was cancelled at the last minute. Call your friend, explain the situation, and suggest 2 or 3 alternatives. 12. That's the end of the situation. Have you ever experienced something similar in that you bought concert tickets or made any other plans but had to cancel at the last minute because something came up? What was the problem, and how did you solve the problem? Tell me what happened in detail. 13. That's the end of the situation. Have you ever canceled the plan of going to the performance at the last minute? What was the problem, and how did you solve the problem? Tell me what happened in detail. 14. Tell me about a song you've been listening to a lot recently. What is the title, and who is the artist? Why do you like it? Describe it in detail. 15. How did you first become interested in listening to music as a child? What kind of songs or genres did you enjoy in your childhood, and tell me how your music taste changed since you were young. 16.2. Please pick 2 musicians you like. Compare those 2, and what are their differences and similarities? Give as many details as you can. 17. Have you ever experienced a time when you had to break or cancel an appointment? When was it? What was the reason, and how did you handle the situation? 18. You indicated in the survey that you like to take an exercise or sport class. What kind of lessons do you usually sign up for? Why do you like that class? Please tell me about it in detail. 19. How did you get interested in taking exercise classes at first? Was there anyone who influenced you? Do you remember the first class? Tell me everything in as much detail as possible. 20. Have you ever had any memorable experience while taking such classes? If you do, please tell me about the experience that is the most memorable. 21. You indicated in your survey that you like to take exercise or sports classes. What kind of lessons do you usually sign up for? Why do you like to take them? 22. How did you get interested in exercise at first? Was there anyone who influenced you? Do you remember the first class? Tell me everything in as much detail as possible. 23. When was the last time you took an exercise or sports class? Where and with whom did you go? What did you do there? Tell me everything you did in detail. 24. I'd like to give you a situation and ask you to act it out. You want to take an exercising class. Call a sports center and ask 3 or 4 questions about classes. 25. You're supposed to have an exercising class, but you can't attend for some reason. Call your teacher, explain the situation, and offer 2 or 3 suggestions to reschedule. 26. I'd like to know about where you enjoy dancing. Are there any specific places for dancing? Where do you usually go to dance? Where is it located? Describe the place in detail. 27. You indicated in the survey that you like dancing. Describe a typical evening of dancing. Who do you go dancing with? How do you get to the club? What types of things do you do through the night? Discuss everything you do when you go out dancing. 28. Discuss how you started dancing. At what age did you start? Who taught you this skill? Did you take formal lessons? If so, for how long? Provide details explaining how you became interested in dancing from the beginning until now. 29. Sometimes, it may be challenging to learn a particular dance step. Describe a dance step that was difficult for you to learn. How did you practice, and how did you finally master it? 30. I'd like to give you a situation to act it out. Imagine you want to take a dance lesson. Call a dance school and ask 3 or 4 questions about dance classes. 31. Choose 2 different types of dance you enjoy the most. How are they different from each other? Please compare them in detail. 32. I'd like to give you a situation and ask you to act it out. You want to take a dancing lesson. Call a dancing school and ask 3 or 4 questions about classes. 33. You're supposed to have a dancing lesson, but you can't attend for some reason. Call your teacher, explain the situation, and offer 2 or 3 suggestions to reschedule. 34. Have you ever experienced a time when you had to cancel an appointment for a lesson? If so, when was it? What was the reason? How did you handle the situation? 35. That's the end of the situation. Have you ever been in a situation where you had a problem with any devices? What was the problem, and how did you solve it? Provide as many details as possible. 36. How did you get interested in going to parks at first? Was there anyone who influenced you? Do you remember the first time? How has your interest changed over years? Tell me everything in as much detail as possible. 37. I'm sorry, but there is a problem I need you to resolve. You're supposed to pick your friend to go to park, but you need to cancel because something has come up. Call your friend, explain your situation and give 2 or 3 alternatives to solve the problem. 38. I'd like to know about one of the issues today's beaches are faced with. What are the challenges public beaches are faced with these days? Discuss what has caused these concerns. What kind of steps need to be taken to address these issues? 39. I'm sorry, but there is a problem I need you to resolve. You have just found out that the weather at the beach you were planning to go to is not going to be good this coming weekend. Call your friend, tell him or her about the weather and give 2 to 3 alternatives. 40. When was the last time you went on a trip? Where and with whom did you go? What activities did you do there? Tell me everything you did in detail.